Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 3rd down. Cody. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing on 1st down. Cody. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the Chiefs are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Escaping the pressure right. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chiefs 7, Colts 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled. And taken.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a give to Taylor. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Operating from the gun, Cody. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Off play action. Cody. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Cody, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. A big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cody, he's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6 and 4 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
From the gun, Cody. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, there's
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got into the turf. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change the pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Cody, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Off the play fake. Cody. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there for KC. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On third down, Cody. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And now
they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. I know without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45.
They run once more with Taylor. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
Off play action. Cody. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown. Johnson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. A give for Taylor running right side. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cody. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tanner Muse with it. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Tanner Muse. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Chiefs 45, Colts 14.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Off the play fake. Cody. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Harris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Gibson again. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
A 7-yard pickup.
Operating from the gun, Cody. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 38. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Bobby Okereke able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Cody. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run here with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd and 11. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. There he goes, left side. He's at the 30. 10.
Today, baby.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. From the gun, Cody. Yeah, he's got it. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on there's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and find another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That one looks like he'll throw here. To the left side, it's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Jacob Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kevin Farley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that
Thank you.